And I think just didn't put up a big battle, but to see the outside groove have that much grip early in the race is a little bit surprising. We saw yesterday in the Xfinity race, people start running the outside, but right now Denny Hamlin's really pushing the limits.
Dave.
And according to one of the other teams anyway, whose driver was the 80,
he hasn't been able to really mount an attack for the position.
Yeah, and they make it harder on the leader because with the leaders coming, they don't want to get that lap down. So he's done a really nice job. And actually, once he got a little bit clear, they were too wide in front of him, with nowhere to go. But once they got single filed, he actually pulled away.
And he said a moment ago, the car's not even close, plowing tight. I can't even think of getting back to the throttle. And Steve, here's the problem for Rodney Childers. This is a short race. There's not a lot of time.
Of Alex Bowman.
Well, the spotter's got to be letting him know he's on the outside of him. He did a good job.
That tiebreaker could become very important.
Very important. Joey Logano with that second place finish in Texas. That could definitely help him out if it comes down to a tie. But right now out in front, that puts him in a position where he could be joining Jimmy Johnson, and Carl Edwards is looking as though he may be one of the drivers that will advance out of Joe Gibbs Racing. He is currently 5 points above the 5th place driver, which is the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Marty.
Joey Logano said he needs a little bit better turn into the corner, Rick, and a little bit better drive off the corner. And Todd Gordon has praised him as these guys have kind of passed him once he had the lead. Now that he's back in third for being patient. But Steve and Jeff, here's the question. As the caution comes out, we'll save that question for later, guys.
Yeah, caution has come out.
To be built tough to take it. I mean, the drivers, obviously their heads surrounded.
Higher on corner exit, he's just doing that, not driving where he thinks theoretically the Phoenix groove should be.
Yeah, that's a good point. You have to put the car where it wants to be. You have to take advantage of what the car strengths are. If the car wants to run the bottom, wants to exit low, or whatever it wants to do, that's where you have to make sure to put it. You see Alex Bowman has the left side tires below the yellow line. We've seen other cars way up in the gray on the outside line. So
he's led 122 laps. That number is continuing to grow. The big question is, will Alex Bowman impress someone enough that he will be able to get a full-time ride in the Sprint Cup Series?
And what's available? I think that's such a huge part of it is, you can love Alex Bowman, think he could be your driver, but where are you going to put him?
Kelly.
A little further back is the 19 of Carl.
Like we're gaining on the entry. And then a little while later, he radioed back and he said, I don't know what to tell you. It's still not turning. Sometimes these cars just won't do what you want them to, but as you mentioned, they've got 1 or 2 more opportunities to throw something at it and make it better for Kyle.
Coverage presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance, helping drivers worry less. Can you worry any less, though, in a situation where your championship hopes are coming down to 87 laps of racing at Phoenix?
87 laps, and you hear right there, Joey Logano shut the engine off and coast. 87 laps, you have to count points, you have to count positions, and perhaps these drivers and crew chiefs are going to have to count on saving some fuel.
Marty.
Time winding down, but the pressure certainly going up, and it's funny because that's when I'm starting to focus on where we are in the championship standing. So you heard that conversation between he and Todd Gordon a moment ago. They had a conversation earlier, so obviously the drivers focusing on points, and you just get a feeling down here on pit road, the intensity is starting to ratchet up, guys.
And Mike, to about the highest pressure you can have as the laps continue to wind down here at Phoenix. Alex Bowman doesn't care anything about what's going on behind him. He sees the possibility of getting his first ever Cup Series win. That's in front of him. That's his sole focus.
And the pressure is not just on the racetrack, it's on these crew chiefs as well. Right now they're trying to figure out, do they have enough fuel? Do they need to let their drivers know to save fuel? If the caution comes out, do you come and get 4 more Goodyear tires, or is this set going to be good for the next 74 laps?
See Matt Kenseth use that dog leg, the bottom part of the racetrack. That works great down the back, but what happens is when you enter turn 3, now you're going so straight, it's hard to pull that pass off. So you have to win the race. There's no way you can pit. It's just that it is what it is at this point. They can't pit.
We have been amazed by Kevin Harvick at every step of the way in the new chase format. He has never been eliminated from a round. This could be the first time that has ever happened. He is fighting right now, but he's in 6th.
How about that 88, 3 wide to the bottom? We talked about all these chase drivers. They're battling for points. Alex Bowman's still battling for his first win.
And he's learning how hard it is to win a cup race. Winning.
And the defending series champion will defend his title.
Great job, buddy. Never gave up, buddy. That's why I love you. Way to dig, guys.
Remember how hungry Joey Logano was last year after he felt the opportunity with the win. Joey Logano will have a chance at Homestead Miami Speedway.